In today's video, we're going to show you the exact method on how to write a dope rap song step by step. If you watch this all the way through the end, you'll know exactly what steps you need to write a dope rap song, including whether to start with the chorus or not, when to switch your rap flow in the verse, how to use mixing and vocal tone to make the song more fire, and much more. As YouTube's most subscribed and first full-time professional rap coaching company, we polled our audience the other day and found that almost half of all viewers would like more information on how to write a dope rap song, so we're delivering this step-by-step guide with confidence that the rap tips and live song examples in this easy-to-follow guide will lead you to the right direction if your main goal is to learn how to write a dope rap song step by step. So let's get into it. Step number 1 is listen to the beat and decide chorus placement. The first step is to listen to the beat and identify where you'd like to place the chorus. The chorus is the creative centerpiece of the song. With this in mind, the producer is likely to program the chorus to a specific place in the instrumental in order to contribute to the rapper's ability to create a memorable and exciting feeling for the audience in this crucial section of the track. In order to do that, the producer may add instruments such as horns, strings, or additional drums to help indicate to both the rapper and the audience that this is the catchy part. In the case of the example we'll be using throughout this video, I decided to start the song with the chorus since the beat has a very short intro with no drums and then an emphatic beat drop that leads us into the main beat itself. Dro. Waiting for my future like the number 9. Lockdown leading through the summertime. Whole team hustle how we come alive. Whole team hustle, what would you do? Lockdown showing up to bruise you. Lockdown holding up the true you. Lockdown hustle or to use you. What would you do? Yeah. Notice how beginning the chorus, the minute the beat drops after a quick intro, the listener is instantly transported into the universe the rapper is creating for them. The producer helped guide me as a writer to make this creative decision by dropping the drums immediately at the beginning. However, as we'll see in step number 2, the pressure is now on me, and thus you as the writer, to write a memorable chorus. Now that you've heard the chorus, let's look at 3 main areas that a memorable chorus, also known as a hook in the industry, often needs to be considered memorable. The core concept, simple phrasing, and repetition. First, let's look at the core concept. That's the main topic, subject matter, or idea of the song. In the case of our example, entitled Lockdown Hustle, you can see by lyrics such as lockdown leading through the summertime and lockdown hustle or they'll use you. That core concept has something to do with what you can do during lockdown. I mean, this song was written in summer 2020. By repeatedly using keywords such as lockdown, hustle, and summer, I'm subtly indicating to the audience that the core concept of the song is around working hard during the times you're in lockdown. Additionally, by using simple, easy to understand keywords such as lockdown and hustle, literally the title of the song, I, and therefore you when you write your rap song, make it easier for a wide audience to understand that concept. You can have all the lyrical miracle bars you want in the verses if you like, but by utilizing simpler phrasing in the chorus, you vastly improve the chances a large group of fans from around the world will remember the track. I mean, even without hearing the song, I bet you can take a good guess on what a song called Lockdown Hustle would be about. Last, for step number 2, by repeating those phrases over and over again, I'm making it easier for the audience to remember the lyrics of the chorus and thus the concept of the song. The easier a song is to remember, the more likely it is to be termed as catchy by the audience, and that all comes down to repetition. Indeed, studies in musical science demonstrate that arguably the most crucial aspect of a song outside of its actual melody is the amount of thoughtful repetition used across the track. Therefore, it's your job when learning about how to create a dope rap song, what lyrics you should repeat, and where you should place them. Let's move on to writing the first verse after the end of the chorus, but before we do it, if chorus placement, what to make your hooks about, and choosing a beat are issues for you in song structure, pick up our free video course, The Top 20 Songwriting Secrets of Full-Time Rappers, where we'll give you more in-depth guidance on song structure topics as a rapper by clicking the first link in the video description. Step number 3 is decide on a starting flow for verse 1. Now that we've written our chorus, we want to start off verse 1 with an identified
identifiable flow to draw the listener in. The easiest way to think of rap flow is drum patterns in word form. In other words, the rhythm of the lyrics you're rapping. In a later step, we'll use that flow we decide for verse 1 as a guide for what flow we want for verse 2. But for right now, just pick a flow you think would be cool to start the first verse and write that out.
Yeah, I was built for shit like this. I got the will to flip a crisis. It's either kill or live lifeless. Now my drive up, it's like dealership prices. I ain't turned Zam, bitch, still I grip vices. Vice grip, right hits, every tip's Midas.
Now, if you notice, the flow I choose here is sort of a slow to mid-tempo rhythm, likely inspired a lot by Nipsey Hussle, who I was listening to a lot around the time, RIP. In your case, it's more important for you to decide on a flow rather than overthink it, and rather than emulating what you just heard there, or getting your mind paralyzed with writer's block, which we'll cover in a later step. But don't put too much pressure on yourself initially. Simply get the first 4 to 5 bars out as quickly as possible. Even better, if deciding on a flow is a big issue for you, click on the video on screen right now to watch our free training on exactly what rap flow to choose for particular beats that are thrown your way. Once you've gotten out those first few bars, it's time to complete verse number 1. Usually it's a rule of thumb to switch the flow, again the rhythm of your words, every 4 bars or so. So after that initially Nipsey Hussle style flow I used in the beginning of verse 1, I go for a more rhyme heavy, slightly faster set of bars to round out the verse.
Limits ain't the sky, seeing limits is the flight risk. Yo, I am the hottest in the demo, but wind inside the limo to chill my vibe and mental. Brother, I'm the kind of seer when the times I've been low. How my anaconda got me intercontinental, you tell me.
The important thing to remember here is that you should switch the flow often within your verses, and what better time to do that than when you complete verse 1. Additionally, you'll want to switch the flow at times such as the beginning of verse 2, which is described in the next step. Choose an opposite flow for verse 2. Now, for this example, we're actually going to use a separate track to demonstrate what the opposite flow for verses 1 and 2 sounds like. This is just a cleaner example than the track we've been using. In this case, I begin verse 1 with a simple end of the bar rhyming scheme, and then for verse 2 I stack rhymes back to back, much like we demonstrated in step number 4.
Drew. Yeah, I belong here like a Marley. I want 40 mil before I turn 40. I won't sign for that price cause I'm nice. I need gifts in the claws cause I'm naughty. And I be leaking on my songs cause I'm saucy. I'm always on up, you can trust I ain't coming down. He's adios when I need vamonos. 20 bad broads, bees and the foes. Wonder where he gone, he ain't leave any notes. Maybe he on the boat like he DiCaprio.
So notice how by starting verse 1 with that simple flow, I belong here, look, the decision to start verse 2 with a faster, more rhyme-intensive flow was easier for me as a writer. Therefore, the quickest hack to learning how to write a dope rap song is mastering your ability to handle any issues you have once you've completed verse 1 and making it easier for you to write and write and write. Described in step number 6, crush the verse 2 blues. That issue of pushing through writer's block on verse 2, or sometimes even the chorus itself, is what we call verse 2 blues. This is where you've written a great verse 1 and chorus, but then your mind goes blank due to the internal pressure of wanting to be as good as your last bars. If you're a beginner or intermediate rapper, it's likely you will have experienced this at some time in the past. Our suggestion is first use a trick such as the opposite flow method we've described above, but to round this out, let's give you 3 more quick tips to help you finish the song and crush the verse 2 blues. You can record what you've written, you can insert a bridge, or you could reorder the beat. The first option if you're experiencing verse 2 blues is to record what you've already written. In other words, take a break from the creatively intense process of actually writing rap and record what you have and hear how it sounds. Often this will spur you to just complete the song once you can actually hear what you've already done. Another option is to fill the first few bars of verse 2 with a bridge. A bridge is a third section of the song that's usually more complex than the chorus and simpler than the verse. A very well-known example of this would be the "You Know How Long I've Been On Ya Since Prince Was on Apollonia" bridge of Kanye West's Stronger. We go more in depth into bridge construction on our free rap songwriting course in the video description, so pick that up, but we also have a really good J. Cole breakdown discussing bridges, which you can find by clicking the next link on the screen right here. By writing in a bridge during the start of the second verse, you often shorten how much more verse writing you have to do, which is usually helpful for you to to crush the verse 2 blues. And last, you could reorder the beat. In that case, much like the beginning of this training, you can identify the unique section of the beat the producer has programmed in and put that at the start of verse 2. Be sure, however, that you have the proper licensing and beat rights to manipulate the instrumental before you do this if you plan to release the track for profit, because often the producer will require a bit more money up front to allow you to change what was initially their unique musical output. In any case, by doing it that way, you allow yourself to hear the instrumental with fresh ears and open up the opportunity for you to dominate any verse 2 blues or writer's block you may be experiencing. Now, the final thing you should walk away with in this training is that learning how to write a dope rap song is a step-by-step process that you can master. You should feel free to come back to this training anytime you're having difficulty and understand that this is a skill that can be mastered. We have provided you with other free trainings for further study if you'd like to go deeper, and we will continue to release information on how to write dope rap songs more often. Now, I'm sure a lot of y'all have questions, so I want to see you in the comments. What other questions do you have about writing a dope rap song, writing raps, etc., especially song structure? What other questions do you have after this training? Did anything confuse you? How can we be of help? I've been your host, Drew Marcy, here for How to Rap, the big homie Drew. I'm out.
Waiting for my future like the number 9. Lockdown leading through the summertime. Whole team hustle, how we come alive. Whole team hustle, what would you do?